Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just How Do I Am playing Final Fantasy XIV. Last episode we did job quests, today we're gonna go and do even more job quests. Lynn, I see you received my summons. You didn't receive my summons? 12 damn that Janikinar to the 7th hell and back. He's going to forgive me. There should be sufficient time for the condemnation of his soul after 11 bell tars. For now, I must speak to you of Kyokuo's training. Despite appearances and attitude and manners and courting habits, our traveler from the East has proven quite motivated in his study of our ways. In fact, while you were off doing whatever it is you do, he successfully opened the next 4 gates of heaven. Anyway, preparations for the symposium have left me with little time to pick the boy's mind, but I have nevertheless managed to fully grasp the primitive concept of geomancy. In fact, I plan on incorporating several of the ideas as anecdotes into my presentation. It is what my father would have wanted. Now, as to say why I've called you here, Kyokuo is very close to attuning to the final heaven, the spear, and I think it only fitting that his instructor be there to accompany him during his finest moment. And because I am obviously too occupied at the moment, I thought perhaps you could join him in my stead. Then it's settled. You shall guide young Kyokuo on his final steps to glory and enlightenment, just as I did you those many moons ago. Follow me outside, Lynn, and let us bring our friends to good tidings together. Let's actually check. What do we get at level 62? We get Earthly Star. Well, my friends. Look at this block of text. Deploys an Earthly Star in the designated area and grants the effect of Earthly Dominance. Now let me go and show you. This range has not too long ago been increased. It was already huge before. It's even bigger now. So. Executing Stellar Detonation while under the effect of Earthly Dominance creates a stellar burst dealing unaspected damage with a potency of 205 to all nearby enemies, and also restores HP and the HP of all nearby party members. With a cure potency of 540. After 10 seconds, Earthly Dominance effect is changed to Giant Dominance. So if you leave this thing for 10 seconds, it's going to become more powerful. Waiting for 10 seconds or executing Stellar Detonation while under the effect of Giant Dominance creates a Stellar Explosion, dealing unaspected damage with a potency of 310 to all nearby enemies, which also restoring your own HP and the HP of all nearby party members, with a cure potency of 720. So you put this down, you wait for a moment, wait for the giant thing, or any other moment that you feel like you want to make it blow up. It seems like a waste to not make it blow up in the giant form, so... But otherwise, you can detonate it yourself by pressing the same button that you have Earthly Star assigned to. So, there you go. It's a move that I really like. It's pretty cool. That is odd. I could have sworn he was right here, but a moment ago. Fleury, have you seen Kyokuo? Fleury, are you even listening to me? It is our Hingan novitiate you seek. He hurried out to the Athenaeum side entrance not 5 heartbeats past. It was quite animated, even more than usual. A veritable one-man mummer's tragedy, all full of jumping and flailing and pumping off fists. What could have unsettled the boy so? I suppose it might have been that letter I handed him. It was delivered just this morning. Kyokuo skimmed over it quickly. Asked me several cursory questions about the Heaven of Ice, to which I gave several cursory answers, and then was gone. And did not try to stop him? Oh, why would I? He was leaving. If my intuition is correct, and it usually is, something in that missive has led Kyokuo to believe that he does not have much time left in Eorzea, and so he has set out for the Steel Vigil. He might open the final gate and complete his training before he departs our realm. Lynn, it looks as if our plan is already set in motion. To the Central Highlands. Ba ba bum bum bum. Right. Time for steel. Real steel, anyway. My nose is a mess. I can barely breathe. Well, I wouldn't really go that far. I can barely breathe when I'm sleeping. Or when I wake up. You sense a hostile presence. So I go and buff myself up, and then get my earthly star so that it is also buffed up. Jesus, I do a lot of damage. There we go. I can make a blow up myself or just let it expire if I wanted to. It's time to aid him for half an hour. Scratch that man's ass. Lynn, this is the second time you've saved me from my folly. Well, technically speaking, it is the first. I need to sneeze, I think. There we go. You were merely standing around as Lady Laviva healed my wounds last time. Right, I'll stop there. You know, it makes little sense to leave without saying anything, despite the fact that you, Lady Laviva, and Janet Cunard all were but mere yawns from where I stood, but some stories are already told, and who are we to struggle against the ebb and flow that carry us ever towards our fates? Alright, that was a poor excuse. The truth is, I have been summoned back to my homeland and was too ashamed to face those who had showed me so much support. And so I thought to come here, open the gate to the final heaven, and then take the next training galley out of Ul'dah before any of you realized I was gone. As you can see, things did not unfold as planned, but since you are here, perhaps you could have one last lesson for old time's sake? The Spear's Blessings. I see both power and compassion. The yin to the other's yang. It is as if the more I learn of your stars, the less I know. To think this may be the last I ever see of your heavens. I'm beginning to understand why you people treasure them so. And with the opening of the 6th, I have prepared my mind and soul for the 7th. The final gate that leads to true dominion over the elements, or so Lady Laviva insists. Our conversations have been eye-opening, to say the least. She theorizes that our two schools may actually be one and the same. Whereas astrologians look to the stars above to read their fates, we geomancers look to the stars below and listen to its song, and draw our answers from its whispers. Well, I am certain my masters back in Hingashi would cringe upon hearing that a Westerner of not 20 summers believes she has grasped 1,000 generations of teaching. I'm more willing to indulge her eccentricities now that I know she means no ill will. I only wish that we would have had more time to possibly see if there were some way we could have combined our knowledge to create something new, something the world has never before seen. And with that I bid you, Lady Laviva, Quimperain, Muguniel, soft-skinned Fleury, sweet-lipped Hurriette, that tall chap on the 2nd floor always mumbling about some star's magnitude, even Janet Cunard, the fondest of farewells. I have a long journey ahead of me, and if I do not leave now, I fear I will never be able to. I'm wondering something. Do I have my Easter egg tickets on me? Yeah. Oh boy. I'm only gonna pull those out when I need them though, because otherwise the game is always gonna be like, do you want to use an Easter egg ticket? I'm like, nope. You are back, but I do not see Kyukuha. Is he out fawning over Fleury again? Back to Hingashi. cannot say this was unexpected. The deck of 60 told me as much this morning. That and I asked Shannon Kennard who was written in a letter. What, you thought him above reading another's correspondence? You give him far too much credit where none is due. Kyokuho is not a child. He knew what coming to Yorza would entail, and he knew that he would one day need to return to his homeland. And while we may not have always agreed, alright, almost never agreed, I did come to respect the man and his, steel resolve. Allow him his space. If the stars deem it fitting, then he will be back. Or perhaps next it will be our turn for a journey over storm and sea. He's gone? And without saying goodbye? I cannot believe it. I will not believe it. Oh, but I would not give to have but one last moment with my brother. My soulmate. My... Lady Aviva told you I read his letter? Oh, well then. Yes, it will pain me to tell the other novitiates that Kyokuhoku... Kyokuhoku, I keep wanting to say that, has returned to his native lands, far away and on the other side of the world. May even need to personally comfort those most stricken with grief by his sudden and tragic departure. But truth be told, I'm gonna miss having the Hingen around. He certainly did liven the place up. Godspeed, Kyokuho. May your return journey leave you miserable and wet, but see you safely home. This guy. This guy. Never expected that there would be such a character in the Astrologian questline. Are you ready to depart, sister? Good. The professor has already left. He makes for a village called Alagan. There he will take the measure of the land. I would strike out soon as well, but one matter troubles me still. The creed for a new Fist of Rhalgr. With all due respect, Master, but at this rate we'll never get to Kitterbania. You are right. Sometimes the answer cannot be forced. Mayhap it will come to me on the road. Very well, let us away. En route, I would make a stop. The place is called Schism. Monks once trained there. In revisiting the past, we may better walk the future. The Schism! Looks like we'll be doing some more walking. Hey, I'm walking over here. Keep forgetting that there's striking damage over here. Kind of need to like memorize some of these places. I know for like one, guaranteed it's like level 1 striking dummy in the Central Shroud. That's the only one I know. And now I have seen these over here, but I probably will forget about them. As is kind of the way it goes. There's a lot of stuff for me to remember. Forgetting some things here and there was fine. Can I get up here? Yes. Yes! Yes! As a child, I came to this place. We faced fearsome fiends, that we might open our chakra. In returning here, I hoped there would be a spark, inspiration for a new creed, but it is not so simple. The Fist once taught that through the pursuit of strength, one can approach the sublimity of Rhalgr. The teaching our forebears followed to their undoing. In pursuit of strength, they sought the power of rule. And by that power, they were destroyed. Our creed must rise above that dark past, or it cannot light the way unto the future. Nay, we must find a new path. Well, there's nothing like a journey for finding paths. Let's keep moving, Master. Something will come to mind before you know it. So I prayed, Zenta, so I pray. But yes, let us continue on to the peaks, east to the village of Alagana. There Professor Eric awaits us. Alagana. When I return here, I remember the day the Temple of the Fist was raised. On that day, I was training, like all the days before. And without warning, we were attacked. We all of us fought bravely, even little ones like me. Desperate to protect the temple. Our home. But it's all in vain. One after the other we fell. All the while the temple burned. Some few of us managed to flee, me with my closest brother, Adri. We stumbled into this village, smoke billowing behind us. And when I looked around, Adri was not there. I never saw him again. Forgive me. Now is not the time for a sorrowful recollection. Come, let us look for the professor. Go on then, join the bloody resistance. Add to the pile of corpses. That's the only difference you're gonna make. You're wrong. I'm gonna make a real difference. I'm gonna train train hard and honor Rolger, and he'll grant me power. And power could have saved the temple. It couldn't save the temple, our home. What makes you think it's gonna save us now? Don't be a fool. No matter how strong you become, you'd still be one man against the might of the Empire. Say what you will, but my mind's made up. I'm not letting the bastard Imperials take any more from us. You just take care of yourself, you hear? Souls crushed to submission, the fire in their hearts extinguished. To rekindle hope within such people, that must be the new purpose of the new fist. That must be the purpose of the new fist. Praise be, I have it, our new creed. To those who have had their homes stolen, their loved ones taken, naught is more desirous than strength. The strength to protect that which they hold dear. Well, well, I see you found your answer, and rather more quickly than I had expected of someone who would sooner strike rather than think with his head. With the Order's purpose thus established, we may consider the question of place. I regret to say, however, that the old temple grounds are currently occupied by the Resistance, and there is naught to indicate that they will vacate anytime soon. The grounds hold symbolic meaning, a fitting stage for reviving the Fist, but ultimately, the physical location matters not. For our mission lies in the spiritual realm, within the people's hearts. There we will rekindle the faith, and all may know the solace of worship. That, as they say, is the spirit. Now then, I shall report on how matters stand in the region, but a few fist faithful remain, even accounting for those who practice in secret. Nor has there been any trace of the sect of Shadow, not since their misguided leader's downfall. Save for those who came over to the light. It is safe to assume that his ambitions died with him. We have a long road ahead, which is plain. But we will see our journey through, one step at a time. And the first step begins here and now. Great, so, what do we do exactly? We hold a demonstration. Give the people tangible proof. Proof that the Fist is returned. Lynn, first impressions last, and you are the first among us. As such, I would entrust this task to you. You may leave it to me to round up the villages. I shall cry up a veritable storm for the coming spectacle. Zenta or Chaka, take the wooden dummy, set it up in the village outskirts. And Lynn, limber up and tell me when you're ready. Not many came, far fewer than I had hoped, but no less of a show. Will we give them for it. Come, sister, your performance will mark the revival of the Fist of Rolger. Lead in with a true strike, follow on with a dragon kick, and finish it with a boot shine. True strike can be performed by first using form shift. So, true strike. Then what was it? Dragon kick. Hello. This is. Wait, where's strike? Oh, right. Excuse me. Hey, ain't that the Fist of Rolger? I thought the monks were gone. Good people of Alagana, I am Widergat, proud son of Alamigo and brother of the Fist of Rolger. All know the sad tale of our order. Years ago, the King of Ruin laid our temple to waste. Our faith was lost to the people. But without faith, it is people who are lost. For to lose faith is to lose hope. But we hope now, in this bleak age, more than ever before. So I come before you today, and I beseech you, join me in reviving the Fist of Rhalgr. Let us restore hope to the land. You can't fool us. You just want soldiers, fodder for the front lines. You're no different from the accursed masks. So it was in the past. Our order was seduced by power. Swore allegiance to the royal family. We monks were little more than tools of war. But that was the Fist of old. The new Fist serves no king. It hungers not for glory. It thirsts not for blood. Nay, my friends, it seeks only to protect that which we hold dear. Protect. Rhalgr is a destroyer. As his disciples, there is but one thing we ought to destroy. Our own weakness. Therein lies the strength to protect. Therein lies hope. I will not lie, I am no great warrior. My forebears would put me to shame. But I am not alone. Nay, I have stout comrades beside me, who are no less dedicated to the cause. My foremost pupils, Zenta and Ochaka. And Lyn, whose sublime skills you just witnessed. Lyn, please say a word to the people. Are you ready for pain? Join us, let us begin anew. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna say it. like we're doing a certain thing. To say like get ready for pain is something. To bring you hope, we will give our all, every ounce of our being. This we solemnly swear. Well, that's nice. My thanks, then. Your performance paved the way for my words. All present lent their ears, no few opened their hearts. Already villagers have come, seeking to learn of the new Fist. A fine first showing. Our forebears will doubtless be pleased. By restoring the Fist, we honor their memory. I shall commence the villagers' training at once. Initiate them into the fundamentals of the faith. When that is over, we may continue our mission. Till then, pray see to honing your own skills. Ere long, they will be called upon again. So what do we actually get at level 62? Nothing? Correct, nothing. As is usually what happens with Puck. It gets nothing! I like 63, but whatever. You don't really get skills at the odd numbers. Right. Let us go to Camp Dragonhead for my Dragoon. My Durgan. I really hope that they will just, at one point in this entire quest line, make me not go over here each time. The Dragoon quest has just been, like, continuously going over to fucking the first Dicasterial Observatorium of Ethereal and Astrological Phenomena. There we go. Simple, really. Right, what do we actually get at level 62? Oh! We get Sonic Thrust! What doth a Sonic Thrust do? Well, it is your combo. Your AoE combo. You do Doom Spikes and then Sonic Thrust, which will give you Power Surge, which means from this point onward, if you do content of level 62 or higher, you will be able to get your damage buff when using AoE skills, which is a godsend as a Dragoon. It just does an attack of potency of 120 to all enemies in a line in front of you, so it's still a line, but then it gives you Power Surge for 30 seconds, so... No, then, just the woman I wish to see. We finished examining the Divanian legends known to us but a short while ago. However, the priest bade me make it clear to you that these kinds of legends are oft told in increasingly colorful ways as the years go on. Quite common it is for mere Scalekin to, or Puck to... Wait. Quite common it is for a mere Scalekin or Puck to, with the Keeper's help, transform into a fearsome dragon. I suppose it should come as little surprise. Legends gain fame by capturing the imagination of the masses, It would not do for an unadorned winged lizard to be the protagonist. But let us put the issue of authenticity to one side for the moment. I have summarized the first tale, which seemed the most relevant on this piece of parchment. Pray put it to use in your search. Oh, and lastly, tell Hostian that she is ever in my thoughts. Right. What the dog doing? I'm still kind of flabbergasted that I've finished Heaven's Word. Whenever I come back to this area, I'm like, yeah, this place is just done. Would that parchment happen to be for mine eyes? Piece of parchment that details a legend Sir Alberic deemed pertinent in your search. Ah yes, I would never forget Sir Alberic's exquisite handwriting. This information shall be of great use, I am sure. Let us see. It seems he thinks we ought to commence our search with the slumbering worm of Girobania. This is my first time seeing these patterns that men use. Fascinating indeed, that you can share information in such a manner. Ravanian history is chronicled not with letters, but through song. These verses have taught me much about Fanem, my father's consort. Fanem, you say? Well, knowing her name can only aid the search. Lynn, pray accompany Ornkai to the ruins of the Fist of Rhalgr's temple in the fringes. Sir Alberic states that this is where the origin of the slumbering worm lie. The journey ahead is long, and it will benefit us not to delay our departure any longer. Whistle for me when you have reached our destination. I shall come to your side. Yeah. I expected as much. I was talking about like the ruins of the Fist of Rhalgr. I'm like, okay. Welp. I'll just go to Rhalgr's Reach, and I can actually use the Ethernet and go into the Fringes Gate. And then I can walk from here, which is a lot closer. Bum, 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 bum. Let me go and get this piece of map. It would seem man is capable of using lots of styles when creating buildings. I had been expecting something similar to those found in the Churning Mist. Let us venture inside and see if Fanem cannot be found. Lynn? Your help, if you please. Damn, boy, he's thick. Hello. You are under attack. Whee. I had been admiring the craftsmanship of man when it suddenly moved towards me, though I struggle to believe this is what the legends refer to as the slumbering worm. Ah, dear Lynn, I did not know you too were researching the slumbering worm. Oh wait, you know of the slumbering worm? We have journeyed here for the very purpose of meeting that dragon. Haha, you Devanians could do with studying upon your history. The time when one could meet the worm has long since passed. The High Priest Highmart, also known as the Slumbering Worm, They parted this world over 300 years ago. The slumbering worm was a mere man? But of course. Why would you think otherwise? Heimward was a monk renowned for his mastery of meditation. Though when necessary, he was quite capable of harnessing his worm-like strength to trounce his foes. He earned the slumbering worm alias after 100 men. However, fell asleep. Well, since we must begin our search anew, I worry I too may become a slumbering worm should I listen to this tiring man any longer. Let us pay a visit to Sir Alberic instead. Anyone Hustian who holds in such high regard can surely aid our hunt. Goodbye, Professor. He's still talking. Get shot upon, Eric. Back to Alberic! Ugh. People complaining about Vesper Bay, me complaining about the Dragoon quest giver. Although Vesper Bay is farther away than Dragonhead, I think, right? Or like the freaking observatory. Good evening, Lynn. Our friend here has informed me as to the truth behind the legend. My apologies for not looking deeper into the story before bringing it to your attention. Your next destination lies in the far east. Tell me, Lynn, have you set foot in the region before? A port city called Kugane. Sounds positively fascinating. I imagine it would be a fine place to begin looking for this new legend. Or this next legend. Regrettably, I should not think Ornkai will be able to accompany you on this journey. But how do you expect to find Fanem without a dragon in tow? Your plight is well understood, Ornkai. It is truly a shame your wings do not match your ambition. Though, mayhap I have not fully considered all options available to us. We do owe you a great debt for all you have done for Hostien. Allow me some time, and I shall see to it that you are able to follow Lynn to the far east. You have my thanks, Sir Alberic. Oh, I wish I could set off this very moment. Perhaps a spot of hunting would be enough to calm me down. Pray call me when preparations are complete. At the very least, we now know that Hostien will not have wanted for company since leaving Ishgard. Sadly, I may struggle to secure a passage to the east in quite as timely a matter as he would like. Pray keep your lance arm honed. There's no knowing just what you shall face in Althard. Right. Ninja. Silence. Like a ninja. 62 gives me Hellfrog medium. This is a good one. Also gives you Shukio, which increases your Ninki gauge by 5 upon completing successfully landing certain weapon skills or completing certain combos. So you get 5 for a normal attack, 5 for another normal attack, and then 10 for your final thing, like Alionian Edge or Armor Crush. Both gives you 10 points. Death Blossom gives you 5 points. Hake Mujin Satsu, which is the upcoming thing, gives you also 5 points. Then Muck gives you 40, because why not? And I think that is it for things that will give you those points. And then you can use it to use Hellfrog Medium, which deals fire damage with a potency of 160 to target and all nearby enemies. Ah, Lynn, I have a letter for you from Master Oboro. It would appear that his investigation in Kugane has borne fruit. Here, see for yourself. Dear Lynn, I hope this letter finds you well. After a long and rather uneventful voyage, we have arrived safely in Kugane. Captain Jack seems quite taken with Hingan culture, and is enjoying a stroll in the pleasure quarter at this very moment. But forgive me, you are not interested in a diary of our travels. As for the matter of the scroll, rumors abound of a band of Doman's scofflaws have been causing a stir in the town of late. Putting together the accounts we have heard, the good captain and I are convinced that these are the thieves we seek. If the word about town is to be believed, these individuals are far more dangerous than we had imagined. I trust that you have been pursuing your ninjutsu training with your usual diligence. My apologies. Of course you have. In any event, we would have you join at your earliest convenience. We will be keeping an eye out for your arrival. Seek us in the alley behind the second pier ferry docks. Safe travels, friend. It's good to see Master Oboro in good spirits once more. Ever since the elders commanded him to remain here in Eorzea, he has not quite been himself. After all, a shinobi without a duty to carry out is as a hawk with clipped wings. It is good to see Master Oboro soaring high once more. Still, I worry, though I have a great respect for the man. He can often be too trusting for his own good. Pray go to his side, friend, and see that he does not get himself into undue trouble. May the Kami carry you safely across the sea. Right, time to go and grab one of my... or just fucking remove them from my inventory. Like from the stuff. I will use one of my flight tickets, because the teleport to Kugane is expensive as shit. Right, and let me go and just throw them back in here. Right. Bum 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 bum. Lynn, I thank you for answering my call. Tsubame too has made the journey from the village to join us in retrieving the scroll. It is an honor to stand by your side again, Lynn. Master Oboro will doubtless benefit from your presence, as he always does. Likewise, I figured we could use a few more dimber dammers on the job, so I've sent for Underfoot and Astray. The ship should be pulled into harbor before long. In the meantime, allow me to share what we have learned. Reliable sources have it that the theft of the scroll is the work of the Garnet League, a notorious band of outlaws feared throughout Doma. When the Doman rebellion was crushed 1 year ago, many a samurai fled the battlefield to escape the Empire's wrath. Dishonored and unable to return home, most turned to banditry to eke out a living. It is the most lethal of these warriors who formed to the Garnet League. Cutting down innocent men for their coin purses, plundering villages, the men and women of the Garnet will gladly stain their hands with blood, as long as it means they will live to see tomorrow. Why they covet that scroll so, I cannot say. What I do know is that if we do not stop them, they are all but certain to leave a trail of corpses in their wake. We must move, and quickly. Fortunately, they should not prove hard to find. Confident in their ability to cut down anyone who dares oppose them, they take little trouble to conceal themselves. On the contrary, they parade their garnet-hued kimono for all to see. You can distinguish them from the similarly garbed Sekisegumi by their lack of a hakama and their singular, uncouth demeanor. Let us split up and cover as much ground as we can, then. I would entrust the Shiokaze hostelry and the Rakuza district to you. Keep to the shadows and gather what knowledge you can. When we are done with the task, let us reconvene here. Ra-da-da-doo-dum. Ba-ba-ba-doo-dum. Ra-da-da-da-dum. Ra-da-da-doo-dum. Laughter's a lick spittle. These men look to be members of the Garnet League. They seem to be discussing something. One day, she has us sneaking into a bleeding Imperial storehouse, and the next the Confederates chasing us halfway across the Ruby Sea. Sakura could pay us twice what she does, and it wouldn't be bloody worth it. Come on now. Even you must admit it was quite the little adventure, though it was fortunate that we came upon those Eorzean pirates when we did. And that they believed our little ruse. In the end, we made it here with our little prize, did we not? We simply took a slight detour. We didn't all make it, or have you forgotten those who left behind at Bloodshore? Cut down by our pursuers, no doubt, the poor bastards, Whose brilliant idea was to go along with that masked man's plan anyway? If our brothers could not fend for themselves, they have only themselves to blame. As for our mysterious benefactor, he led us here as promised, did he not? Now we need only wait for a client to show and deliver the goods, and we will never need to worry about going hungry again. Speaking of which, just how long does our man mean to keep us waiting? I'm beginning to wonder if someone isn't playing all of us for fools. No, we were late with our delivery after all. Word has it our client returned to Koshu when we did not show, and now is making the long journey back to Kugane. We owe him some patience, do we not? Run, Lynn! Run! Is this... Yes, they're down there. Smell like we members of the Garnet League, as if we're discussing something. I swear, I just wanted to see what all the fuss was about. Barely put a finger on the thing. And next thing I knew it, Sakura's blade was at my throat. I thought he was gonna cut me right down right on the spot. Put yourselves in her shoes. This Heraclean is such a dangerous man, he's been known to kill those who renege on their agreement. If anything happened to the scroll, her life and ours would be as good as forfeit. You're saying she's scared as us? Sakura Brightblood, who single-handedly cut down 100 guardians in a day during the rebellion? Sakura Brightblood, who dyes her hair red with the blood of her foes? She cuts an imposing figure, this is true, but deep down she's actually quite a sensitive type. So sensitive? Don't make me laugh. At least Ninja has a slight increase in movement speed. That wasn't necessary. Whatever. Would seem we have everyone assembled. Excellent. So let's share what we have learned. Allow me to see if I have this right. So, in short, the Garnet League lifted the scroll from a Guardian storehouse at the bidding of an unknown Hingan client. They meant to sail straight from Yangsha to Kugane, but ran afoul of the Confederacy. That was because they were too poor to pay the ruby tithe. In fleeing, they were then captured by the Krakens, so they claimed to be Doan refugees seeking asylum. Upon arriving in Eorzea, they made off with the scroll, and eventually found safe passage to Kugane, with Karasu's aid. That one's motives remain as inscrutable as ever, but I digress. Furthermore, they are led by one Zakuro Brightblood, about whom no small number of tall tales are told. Regardless of their veracity, there can be no doubting that she is a formidable opponent. For my part, I heard that she is most protective of the scroll and keeps it on her person at all times, night and day. I heard that Zakura and her followers have rented a room at the Bokairo, an inn in town famous for its hot spring baths. All old Jack managed to whittle is that the cove is right fond of her flowing locks, and that she fancies herself a cup of tea, making a trip from the inn to the tea house and back at least twice a day. That is most enlightening, Captain Jack. Now, we must find a way to get our hands on the scroll before Zakura's client arrives. But how? We could challenge her to single combat, but the Sekizagume would not look kindly on that. Besides, we are shinobi, are we not? We must use stealth to our advantage. We simply need a plan. Look out below! Underfoot's on the scene. Good to see you again, Lynn. Can't wait to snitch the new tricks you've learned from your friends here. What's some more gotta do to get herself some sushi? I'm bloody starved. And what's with all this bleeding seagulls? I swear, if another one takes a shine of my hair, it'll be seagull stew for dinner tonight. Wait, that's it. Vikep, you're a bloody genius. And so am I reckon. Get around and lend me your waddles, friend. Old Jack's got a plan. First, we catch Zakuro as she's beaten her way from the inn to the tea house. On foot, Vikep, Tsubame, you three will be in charge of causing a scene and stopping them more than her tracks. Meanwhile, Lynn, you make your way to that perch atop the markets and drop Drop some imitation seagull shite down from below. Down from above, sorry. Over the precious locks all mucked up, and I'm more sure to make further hot springs, which again will bring the scroll into the water. So just follow along, all stealthy like, and heave it from whatever baskets you stowed in the way in. For good measure, Abora and I'll head to the bathhouse as well and keep the girl occupied until Lynn has the scroll safely in her daddles. Most impressive plan, Captain Jack, but I have one question. How do you propose that the two of us keep Zakuro occupied? Abora, surely you remember our visit to Bronze Lake and the little show I put on for our pirate friend? It's all quite simple, really. I am not certain I understand what you... Oh. On second thought, I am not quite convinced this is the best course of action. Haha, give yourself some credit, lad. Now, Lynn, you want to climb up to the roof atop the Bacairo, and then make your way across to the wire atop the markets. Here, this white die should do a suitable seagull shite impersonation. Once on foot and the gang lure Sakura into position, let her fly. Let her fly. Alright, lads and lasses, look sharp. We'll meet back here once all's bob. Okay, Jack. Hey there, Captain Jack. Run da da do do do. So, gotta get on the roof. Just a second, Sagume just running after. Oh yeah, he's running after that ninja dude. It's kind of funny. The pain! Ah, the pain! My poor girl! Whatever is the matter? Anyone, find a healer. The girl needs help. Here comes the seagull. What was... bird shite! Oh, bloody brilliant! Bye. Thank you, kind sir and madam, but I am not ill. You see, I simply haven't had a bite to eat all day. Is that all now? Fortunately, the Shiokaze hostelry is but a short walk away, and I hear their sushi is positively to die for. Shall we? My hair, my beautiful hair! Oh, back to the bathhouse, I suppose. I was wondering if this is going to be a Highlander or ephemera. Ooh, can I? Yeet. I mean, I can get up there. Come on. Here. Come on. Come on. Can I seriously not get on top of this freaking little ledge? Nope. Come on. Can you just not get on top of this? I mean, that I mean, like, I cannot get on top of the... Here. There we go. Slash lookout! It disturbs me that I don't have these whenever I see them, so I will get them. Now, I have to know. Are they in here? Yes. Yes, they are. I need to know what the fuck is happening around here. Truly, I do not mean to boast, but they do say my beauty is sung far and wide. I've seen many a rum doxy in my day, but it ain't not what compares to you, my lady. What beautiful locks you have. However, do you keep them so smooth and silky? Oh, my boys. The boys are back in town. We searched the basket, but to no avail. The scroll must have been found. It must be around somewhere. Give me a moment. I'll be right back. Okay. The fact that nobody stops me from doing this is kind of crazy. So the bastard would not avail. The scroll must be around here somewhere. Yonk. Bye. I was thinking like, what do I have to go to this Ruby Sea all of a sudden? Well done, my friends. The operation was, by any measure, a rising success. That said, I have not seen Tsubame and the others. I do hope all is well. Now that was some rum fun, if I do say so myself. As for the cove, I wouldn't fret, like it's not the cabin underfoot dragged her off to yaffle on some of Kagane's finer delicacies. No doubt you're right, Captain Jack. In the meantime, pray show me the scroll then. I would see just what it is that Sakuro's mysterious employer covered so. Why, this is... Am I asked to be believed? The forbidden mudra of summoning. I'd have thought it was just a ghost story meant to strike fear into the hearts of the shinobi who would stray from their path. Forbidden summoning? I wouldn't know a mudra from my own grandmom, but that sounds right dangersome. It is indeed, Captain Jack. The legends say that if the summoner's focus wanes for even a moment, the monstrous beast called forth by this mudra will not hesitate to devour him whole. Many years ago, it was gifted from our village to the king of Doma, then sealed away, to be used only in the most dire of circumstances. It was lost in the chaos of the Guardian invasion, and never seen again. So it has been sleeping in an Imperial vault all these years. So even with this blade and all-powerful summoning at their fingertips, the Domans still couldn't hold of the Empire? Because it wasn't all it was cracked up to be, eh? On the contrary, we never had the chance to find out. Master Gekkai, who led the shinobi, deemed the risk too great and refused to employ it, even as our nation fell. Whether Master Gekkai plotted his betrayal even then, or whatever, or whether he had our countrymen's best interest at heart, I cannot say. Though, I would like to believe the latter. Nonetheless, it is clear that none in Garlemald knew of the scroll's true power, and so it sat untouched until it was stolen by the Garnet League, at the bidding of some unknown master. But aside from my fellow shinobi, who out there would know of the scroll's true power. But it matters little now. We have the scroll, and I must return it to its rightful home in my village. Afraid I can't let you do that, friend. Promised the Krakens I'd bring the scroll back for them, and I'll not have it said that Jack ain't a man of his wits. After all, the scroll's been missing from your village for 20-odd summers now. Clearly no one's suffering much. That is hardly the issue, Captain Jack. This scroll is an ancient treasure. It belongs in Doma. It belongs to those who found it. And that's the Krakens. Gods. If you ain't a stubborn bastard. Gentlemen, must you make such a scene? After all, strictly speaking, the scroll belongs to neither of you. To neither of you. Is this? Yeah, Sussman. Karasu, wherever did you... Never mind. Thank you for guiding us here. You may rest assured, yes, that the scroll will save your return to Doma. You have my gratitude. Oh, Oboro, my dear, sweet deluded Oboro. You grow ever dimmer by the day. You're true to believe that I do what I do for you. I did say that I was pulling all the strings in this little puppet play, did I not? Very well, allow me to put it in words even you can understand. The scroll belongs in Hingashi, to the master I now serve. My mistake was in entrusting to Zakuro and her lackeys what I should have seen to myself from the very start. Oh well, live and learn, I suppose. In any event, allow me to propose a simple transaction. You hand over the scroll, and I return your friends to you with their heads still attached to their bodies. A fair trade, no? Of course, you craven. On second thought, yes, I do believe we could have even more fun. Keep your eyes and ears out, dim one. You'll be hearing from me again soon. Curse it all, and here I believe that man had turned over a new leaf after leaving Gekkai. But no, it would seem he has simply found another villain to serve. Once a rook, always a rook, I reckon. And a sharp one at that. Underfoot and a sway aren't the types to get boned so easily. As long as they have the scroll, Karasu is not like to cause our friends any harm, and yet he is as unpredictable an adversary as they come. We must proceed with caution. Forgive me, Lin, it would mean much to me if you would remain in Kugane until our work is... if you would remain, yes. Until our work here is done. Our work here is through. Pray continue to train in your ninjutsu, and I shall call upon you again when the time is right. And that, my friends, is it. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Just I was playing Final Fantasy XIV, and except that we're going to go and continue with even more job quests. Oh boy, I keep forgetting how many these are. Goodbye.